confidence, let's talk about what confidence is, okay? Confidence is being secure in who you are, secure in how you think, secure in how you show up, secure in how you look, secure in what you know. Like, it is just being secure in you as a person, and knowing that you know what you don't know what you don't know, and you're confident enough or secure enough to be able to articulate that and make sense of it to other people, right? So that's how I see confidence. And sometimes we are not confident about a lot of things that have to do with self. Now, let's talk about, like, I feel like a lot of people tell me, Sparkle, where you got all this confidence and people weren't raised like you, and people didn't have the father that you had, people didn't have this, people didn't have that, and blah 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 blah. And so I get it, right? Confidence stems from somewhere. And let me just talk about where I think it stems from for me initially. I think my upbringing definitely has a lot to do with how confident I am in myself. Now, let me just throw it out there, disclaimer. I am nowhere near better than anybody else. I am nowhere near just got it all figured out, super confident, know this, know that. Like, I am not that girl, okay? I'm the first to say, I don't know. Like, let me look it up, let me figure it out, let me go ask this person. I am definitely that person. But when I know what I know, I know what I know. And I'm very confident and secure in that. And I can articulate that very clearly to relay what I know and to hopefully ensure that you get that understanding based on what I say. So let me just throw that out there. Now, I'll say for me, coming up, I think my upbringing for sure has a lot to do with how I'm perceived as confident. Granted, I am confident in a lot of things, but I think two people see that and they get that vibe and they get that from me when they are in my presence, or we encounter each other, or we engage with each other. A lot of people say that. And a lot of times too, in conversation with people, I'm often the one that says, like, oh, you can do that. Like, you got this. Like, what? How could you not think you're that person? Like, how could you not think you're that girl? Like, you're this, you're that. And I'm always the one assuring somebody else that they can, or they do, or that they will. But the person oftentimes does not see that for themselves. So they're kind of like imposter syndrome. They are thinking that they don't, when I see different. And so they're questioning, like, how do you see that, right? My thing is I think it's all because of my upbringing. My mom did not raise me. She was in my life, yeah, in and out. My upbringing was real interesting, to say the least. And so I was not born with all the things that make me who I am today. That was not the case. My dad got custody of me when I was in 7th grade. And I, honest to God, say to everybody that knows me, that is when my life began. And that is when I can start recalling and remembering impactful moments in my life, impactful people in my life, things in my life that occurred that were grounding for me, things that I built my values and worth and just kind of who I am around. So that is when it all started. And mind you, my dad is a very strong figure in my life and has been literally since I was a kid, right? So that makes a difference. And I'll talk more about that in a second. So I will say that's one point. And then on top of that, I have 7 uncles who assisted in raising me, which that looks and feels and is and seems so different for a lot of people, because I feel like how I was brought up there's a stark difference from a lot of people in my life, a lot of women in my life that were raised by both parents and, had siblings and blah, 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 blah. So I will say, for starters, yes, I think it is my upbringing that one gives me a lot of confidence. And the fact that my father was a very, very prominent figure, in my life, very stable figure, very important figure, the influencing figure in my life that definitely instilled and strengthened and promoted confidence in my life. So with that being said, second thing is on top of that, me watching how the people in my life, specifically the men in my life, moved, that also, like, I don't know, subconsciously created some type of confidence in me, because I felt like I watched them do all the things and it was nothing stopping me from doing it, because I was the only girl in the pack, it seemed like. So I tried all the things, I pushed myself, I did all the things with them, I was always with them, I watched them, how they worked, how they moved, how they just did life, how they did business, how they took care of their families, things like that. And so in my mind, I think it showed me hustle, it showed me drive, it showed me motivation, it showed me all of these things growing up in my day-to-day life that just, got instilled in me, and then it just stuck. So that was the 2 points, right? And then on top of having my dad and my 7 uncles, my dad's mom, who I call my nana, she was the woman figure in my life, and that showed me and taught me a lot of things, because she really was a mother to me and showed me how to be a woman, not even by like verbally saying these things or like intentionally teaching me these things. It was just by how she was as a woman, how she took care of business, how she took care of home, how she was a very kind-hearted person that just loved and who was very intentional with everything that she did. But she also taught me very strong values surrounding just the willingness of the heart. And that is what I think really, really, really where a lot of who I am is rooted in. And so my nana definitely taught me that the willingness of the heart and being willing to give and do and be is what matters more than any tangible thing. So for example, when I was coming up, I'm just going to say my nana would do anything, and she would say, I don't have $1 million to be able to give you to do this, 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 and this, but you always got a home here, and I will do whatever it takes, even if that means putting my home on the line, like done for you, right, to achieve what you need to achieve. And though I would never ask her to do that, it was just the thought, the willingness of her to be able to want to do that is what made my heart and me as a person how I am. So I say all that to say that absolutely I believe is how you are brought up is a very big part of the confidence you have in self, okay? That's one big thing. Second thing is I think the wins in your life over time is also what instills confidence in you. So I'm telling you, these are ways that we gain confidence in life, like starting from young all the way up to who we are now, right? These are ways I believe confidence, how you get it. So I think that it is the wins in your life that create confidence. So for example, when you are younger and you achieve good scores or good grades in school, those are wins. It shows that you are willing to put in the work, you took the time out, you studied, you progressed through your classes, you got good grades, and you achieved something at the end of that, which is your diploma, right? Those are those micro wins, or those wins along that process. It is something that just instills confidence in you, in your capabilities, in your abilities to push through, to strive, to work, to learn, to do. Those are confidence boosters. Those are confidence enhancers. The other way that confidence is built, or how you get confidence, is it is in when people see things in you that you may not necessarily see in yourself, but it is those seeds dropped in you, and then you start to believe and you start to become and act and walk in that. That is a confidence boost. That is a confidence, like that is like a drop in a bucket. Like, okay, no, that's true, that's right, I can, I will, I am. Those are things that shift the mindset that creates confidence in you. So these are all ways, in my opinion, that you gain confidence or you get confidence. And it is just as you grow and go through life's experience that confidence is continuously enhanced. And sometimes it can be you can get knocked down a couple notches, right? And you lose confidence in self because of an experience that has landed you on the downs or the outs or whatever the case may be. But still in all, having confidence in your capability and the fact that you have been resilient and you can bounce back and do and be, those are still confidence boosters. So I think that is very important to understand where confidence comes from. If you tell me, drop me a comment below and give me some ideas of where you think confidence comes from, because I'm thinking off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are so many things that you can think of that creates confidence, even from young kid all the way up, like I said, to who we are today. So those are important things to think about and to consider and to ask yourself and to dive deep, because of the fact that confidence, it says a lot about you when you show up in different spaces and engage with different people, and how you talk and how you speak, like how you just overall engage. Confidence is reflected. So I think that is very, very important in how you end up getting confidence, like kind of inherently, like you just end up having it, right? But then there are other ways that you can get confidence, like I said, by the things that you do and the experiences you have in life that drop those seeds in you, in the depths of you, that give you the assurance that you can do and you can be and you can achieve. And as you continue to have those wins in life, I feel like you become more and more confident. And as you continue to excel in whatever it is that you may be doing, may be experiencing, may be sharing, whatever it is, as you continue to progress and excel, you continue to continue to become even more confident. And I'll use, for example, I'm an IT engineer and I have been literally my whole career. I got out the Navy after 10 years and I was IT in the Navy. I was trained all of the things. I went to school, got my undergrad in cybersecurity, and then did my grad degree in information technology with the minor or specialization in informatics. Like literally my whole career is IT, and that's what I currently do now. So I think about that as we're talking about this, and those are all big confidence boosters. Like you're telling me I'm able to go to school and learn and show and prove that I can learn and that I know what I know by getting credentials, by getting this certification, by obtaining a job that pays me, 6 figures or whatever the case may be. Like those are major confidence boosters. And when, like I said, these are the ways that you continue to gain confidence and continue to boost your confidence. And a lot of people don't think about that. They think about, like, I don't know. I feel like the what you have achieved sometimes when I hear women talk, it's like you discount it. You don't even really consider the value and the weight of it. And that blows my mind, because I am like, for example, you're a whole doctor. And I hear people that like, oh, I'm just having imposter syndrome. Like, I don't understand. Like, people coming to me like, yes, you're a doctor. You've gone to school. You've trained. You've learned. You've studied. You have the mind that I don't have, that other people don't have, because we have not been able to obtain or achieve this level of credibility or certification or this level of schooling and education. Like, what? In my head, I'm like, oh, you the shit. Like, legitly. But people don't see themselves in that same light. I feel like you're just, I don't know how you get to that point, especially when it's something that you are assured in. Like, I don't know how I could not be confident, in what I do, because it is what I've been doing for 20 plus years. So yeah, there are going to be times when I don't know what I don't know, but I don't lose confidence in that. I articulate that I don't know that answer, or I don't have the response to that, but I can go and do some research and get back to you and provide you a detailed explanation, or I can articulate at that point in a later time, what this is, what this means, and what the possible solution is, or what the possible impact is. Like that, I can be confident in my not knowing. That's perfectly fine. It's the fact that I see people that are just like, yeah, I don't know how I can be that girl, like, or I don't know this when it comes to, the job, and I don't know why people come to me or how they come to me, or I'm questioning myself, or like, I don't know if I can wear that, like what you wear is really cute on you, but on me, I don't know if I can pull that. Though when I hear that, here's the other thing. So confidence along with self-esteem, I know those play a big part, kind of hand in hand, right? So I understand it. I oftentimes, I guess I'm questioning because I don't know if I could relate because I don't feel the same way. But I totally understand it. And then my thought on that, I understand if you have a low self-esteem issue, maybe about, for example, your body or your weight or whatever. I totally understand that. My thing is, well, what do you look good in, right? What do you put on that you feel like, oh, I am the ish in this. Like, this is so me. It feels so good. Because then I shift the focus to that, right? I think in my head, that's what you focus on because that is what's going to build the confidence. That is what's going to boost the confidence. So I don't know. Oftentimes, and y'all tell me, am I talking out the side of the neck? But I just don't know how to relate to the low self-esteem slash kind of low confidence piece because I can find ways to talk to myself and boost myself and assure myself and love on myself and tell myself, no, girl, like, no, you are the ish. No, you did that. Like, you achieved this. No, you sat down and worked hard. Like, I can do that, but I know for a lot of people that is hard to do because of how they were brought up or how they were not reassured when they were young, how they did have a lack of whatever. And mind you, like I said in the beginning of this, my mom didn't raise me. She was in my life in and out, but she did not raise me. So I feel like I have a lot of lack thereof, right? I didn't see a woman running a home and, catering to a husband or doing the womanly thing or the wifely thing and being there and doing the mothering thing. Like, there's a lot I missed out on. There's a lot I didn't see. There's a lot I didn't learn when I was a kid that I learned later in life on my own because that's what I wanted to know because I am a woman. I needed to learn these things, right? And so I get all of that. And in my head, I feel like I should actually have some low confidence, issues or some potential self-esteem issues. And maybe I do, and maybe they are suppressed. I don't know, but I don't feel that. And I think that's the goal that I want to relay today is whatever you may have deep down that makes you feel it, and you may not have suppressed it or whatever the case may be, you may be feeling this thing actively, which is lowering your confidence and lowering your self-esteem. I want to charge you with speaking life and love and confidence and just encouragement over yourself because in order to show up and do what you need to do for you, you have to be confident in self, confident in the fact that you can do it. It starts with changing the language that you speak to yourself, whether it's in your head or whether out loud. We have to get in a space of doing that, reassuring ourselves, assuring ourselves, and taking control of who you are and who you know you can be. And I think that's just really, really important. And I feel like, I don't know how I learned that. It could have been some subconscious thing that, like I said, my nana, just planting the seeds and dropping those gems and that love and just the kind-heartedness and me watching her that just made me into that person. I don't know, but I just feel like the way to boost confidence and to boost self-esteem and to assure yourself is to start by changing the language that you speak over yourself. Speak life, speak confidence, speak you are, you can, I will, this is what it is. That is what you have to start speaking over yourself to be confident and to walk in confidence in who you are because you are the ish girl. Legitly you are. Honest to God, I feel like because I do self-love and self-care and self-boost, self-boost, that nobody can tear me down off of the pedestal or the high horse that I put myself on. And like I said, it is not to even at all say that I am better than anybody else. I just know that I am the ish for me. Like, I know that I can do, I know that I can achieve, I know that I have achieved, I know that I am all of the things that I put my mind to and all of the things that I speak out. That is what I feel about self. And so I just want to encourage you to do the same for yourself. Love on yourself, honor yourself, like encourage yourself, and just boost your own confidence, because I don't like to see women smalling themselves and shying away and not being confident and not trying things and not showing up fully as your 100% authentic self in confidence because of deep-seated, possible things that are limiting you and limiting your ability to shift your mindset about yourself. So all that to say, confidence is big. I want you to understand how I think we get it. Take some time to understand that for yourself. Take some time to understand how I think sometimes it's inherent, sometimes it is you doing the self-work, but then also too to think about the ways that we kind of chip away at our own confidence, and we allow other people to chip away at our confidence and our self-esteem. And so be mindful of that, because sometimes we allow people to say things or do things that chip away, maybe subconsciously, at our confidence or our self-esteem. And I'm thinking of an example. So let me just say this. I'm not into politics, right? I'm not a person that subjects my spirit to deep diving into politics. I just don't really want to. I don't want to subject my spirit to that. My own personal reasons, okay? But I will say that I know what I know surrounding politics, and I know what I don't know. So I don't really engage in conversations sometimes that surrounds that because of that fact. But I will say I was sitting in a conversation where two friends were engaging, and I was learning things as they were talking, and came back to do some research and just to understand some things on my own. And it also prompted me to read this book that I'm reading, The Color of Law. So I say all that to say, like, that is one of the things. Now, I'm not saying that I am not confident. I have low confidence in myself surrounding that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I acknowledge that I don't know, to the extent that others do, politics and the history behind that and things like that. So what I will do is, I know my place in those type of conversations, right? I won't subject myself or put myself in a place where it could chip away at my confidence if I don't know the answer and things like that. So that's an example of what I'm saying when I say be mindful of things that could put yourself in situations that could chip away at your confidence, or allowing people to chip away at your confidence. Because the funny thing is like a comment was made, and I felt like it could have been a slight jab at me, right? But in the way my mind works is like, it's not a jab, because the reality of it is yes, I don't know this, and then two, I'm not receiving it as a jab because I know where I stand with this topic. So I say all that to say, be mindful of allowing things, people, situations, and conversations to chip at your confidence or your self-esteem, because at the end of the day, when you make yourself big by talking yourself up, that is the last thing you want, is to allow or to enable someone to make you small again. Stand on who you are, what you know, what you don't know, and how you are as a person, right? Stand on it. And that's the biggest thing here. So important, confidence, okay? It is very important. And it is very important to walk in it, to show up in it, especially as women, especially as working women, especially as Black women, especially as women who are in places that it may not have meant for you to be there, but you are there, which is all the more reason why you have to walk in confidence and show up in authority, in the authority that you have, and that is important. So I say all that to say, this is my live from anywhere. I'm actually at home. I just came home from work. Like I said, I was irritated about ripping those stockings, but I wanted to just get on and just give that word because I felt like it was on my mind and it was in my spirit, and I just wanted to chat about it and hopefully encourage someone to stand up, right? Straighten your shoulders. Take this little boost, like, you know, this is the battery in the back. Take that joint and charge up and show up, walk in confidence, speak life and love over yourself, and continue to do that in order to boost and build your confidence and self-esteem, because you are the ish, and that is very important, so that you can become who you are meant to be today and tomorrow. Because in your second life, we there. We're not prepping, we're not planning, we are there. So I hope this helped, and I hope that this was very thought-provoking. Let me know what you think about confidence, and let me know, like I said, how do you think you gain it? How do you think you get it? How do you think how do you think it's chipped away sometimes? Like, just drop me some comments and let me know what you thought about this. I thought it was a good topic. But like, subscribe. I got a lot going on the channel. The minimalist, the easy outfit edit, where I'm diving into the chic minimalist, that is happening, and also the Second Life series is happening on the channel. Stay tuned. Like I said, if you are loving the channel, like, subscribe, and yeah, tag somebody who you think may want to follow along and enjoy the channel with you. So until next time, bye.